Good morning. Today is the 12th of May, and this is part 10 of a Slightly Shambolic Shuffle around Retro Rides Weekender 2024. I do apologise in advance if I get things wrong, if I fall over, if it's generally a terrible video. I'm afraid it's just the way that it goes on this channel. So we'll start off with Mr. Brisgen's car here, which is a 1982 to 83 Ford Granada 2.8 GL automatic. Very fond of seeing cars in all sorts of conditions, and definitely this is the case with this facelift Mark II Granada. It is a work in progress, and yes, the body panels will be painted and sorted out at some point. I'm sure many of you have seen that before. It's actually the Mark 4 and 5 Cortina Owners Club stand. I don't know how Mr. Brisgen's got in its Granada, but they're sort of related, aren't they? So there we go. 1982 to 83 Ford Cortina with Recaro seats. Now the Cortina finished production around, I think, July 82. So this will be an 82, but maybe registered in 83. I don't know if it's on Life as a Crusader or not, I'm not quite sure. Then we've got another one that's very late, a 1.6. I suspect they're both 1.6s, most of them were actually. This one's got some very natty wheels on it. I'm not quite sure whether those are off actually. But just two very nice Cortinas and a very nice Granada as well. Something very rare is this Mark 1 Seat Ibiza. They are, I think, single digits in this country. They are virtually extinct. This one's got one of the system Porsche engines in it. Now the chassis on this is actually very similar to that of the Fiat Strada. So it came via the Spanish version of the Strada, it's called the Seat Ronda. Although by this time, I think the company was owned by Volkswagen already by the stage of 88, 89. But they didn't make too many changes to these. They sort of facelifted them a couple of times. This, I think, is either the first or second facelift one. And they are wonderful. I have been offered a drive in one of these actually, so hopefully at some point we'll be having a go, which I'm looking forward to. Then this is a Mini from 1992, 1993 in a K. The rear lights are from the early 70s actually, but you can just change many bits over as to whatever you like really. It's not a massive problem. So goodness knows what that sort of life has, I don't know. Also this K11 Nissan Micra. This has been extensively modified as well. But obviously you don't go to Retro Rides Weekender to figure everything's going to be standard, because it won't be. This car's even got a Pringles tube in it. So this Golf Mark II has had the 1.8 turbo 20 valve engine put in it, and with a Pringles tube to make up one of the air intake systems there, which is wonderful. I don't see a BMX around here though. Toyota 4Runner. This is a V6. I hope it's a petrol one, viewers. Oh, yes, it is. Wow, a Toyota 4Runner with a V6 petrol engine. Sign me up. Where can I buy one? 93, 94 on an L. Mini Designer Edition. Now, these are quite rare, actually. I know someone who's got one of these. Mary Quant has signed the seats herself as well. Very active in the 60s, wasn't she, Mary Quant? 88, 89. Final generation Toyota Starlet. This sort of life is probably something like a Sportif or something like that. It's not that anymore, is it? It's something else entirely. 1997, 98, I think it was finished in 99. Bay window Volkswagen, 1977, 1978. This one looks fairly standard actually. It's not been modified extensively or anything. Very typical colour of the year, this sort of lime green. Micro Celebration K11 2000, just before the final facelift of these came in, I think, which is a little bit different from this. I'm actually contrasting it with, I think, a pre-facelift of all here. This is 1997, this one. I wonder what specification this is. It doesn't. It's also the SLX. That's why it looks so natty. But the SLX was the top of the range for the 5 doors at the time. Very nice. The older one, the K10 here. I think we saw this yesterday. Actually, this is first facelift one. I don't know what specification it is. It might be just an L. This one like that. It's very basic. It's got a 4-speed gearbox and a rev counter and everything like that. And then next to it, we've got the Colette, which is another sort of low specification one. This one's been modified a bit, and I think again we've got not much in the way of equipment in there. 4-speed gearbox. That steering wheel, I think, has been changed. Would have been similar to the one in the white one originally. And then we'll have a look at a bread van. I'm sure we'll see a lot more of these today. We saw a lot yesterday as well. This one is an 87 to 88. This is Polo C. I think the C and CLs were the most common type of these. I should know because my family owned tons of these. We owned about 4 in the family at one time. E36 BMW 3 Series, two of them here. Both of them the coupes. This one there's a 1998, 1999 Volvo 940. This actually has an earlier grill on it. This is a very late one. Production of these finished in, I think, January, February 1998, and this one is 1998. It's one of the last. It's 2.3. Might be a celebration. I don't know. Most of the interior has been taken out of that. Toyota Mark II 2000 registration. Can't say I know much about these, but I do like all the specification in here that this car has. Even remote control for all sorts of different functions. I'm sure that's very exciting. And then BMW E34 5 Series. That's what I seen yesterday. Sierra Sapphire with some Borbet wheels. This one, what is this one? It's 88, 89 on an F, but the rear lights have been changed for some later ones. It's a late pre-facelift actually, that E34, sort of 91, 92. And wow, a Nissan Sunny N13 Saloon. I have driven one of these, viewers. Mr. Brisdian, who you saw at the beginning of his Granada, he used to have one of these. This LS is a lot more basic than his one. This one has only got a 4-speed gearbox and the 1.3 E-Series engine in it. His one's a 1.6, which has a lot more specification of GSX. 5-speed gearbox, electric windows, all that sort of stuff. SW20 MR2. This one, make a Rev 1 and Rev 2, 1990 1991 on H. 2000 NB MX5, one of the most common cars at this event, along with the BMW E36 and also the Mark II Golf. We saw this yesterday, absolute delight. 1990 to 1991 Mitsubishi Colt automatic. I imagine this will be a GLX. Yes, it is. It's probably maybe 1.6. I don't know. RV would have come from this area. That's a Portsmouth area originally. Then got a couple of A86s. I know lots of you maybe know Initial D. I watched Initial D when I was a student of the A2000. It was broadcast, I think, in the late 90s. This one is very valuable. This one maybe more so because it's a replica of the car used in the series. Yes, an AMX5, we'll see loads of those later. 85, 86 on a C. It's almost exactly correct to the thing that you actually see if you watch Initial D, which is good, with that wonderful engine in it. Some Volkswagen Beetle action here. 1967, this one, on an E. I think it's for last year that they had the headlamps that slope backwards rather than the 68s would have the ones that are sort of upright. This one, I don't know, maybe a little bit earlier, opening windscreen, wow. And this one here, I don't think that is related to anything in particular. They're very sort of California looking, these early ones. This very, very small rear window. You can see the rear window kind of increasing in size as you sort of go on like this. But there we go. One of these Civics. Now, yesterday I could not remember what the chassis code for these Civics was, and today I still can't remember. Somebody in the comment section below, please enlighten me, because I need to know. Because otherwise I walk around looking like an idiot, which I normally do anyway. But you know, more of an idiot. That one's a 91, 92, like this saloon model is as well. I have a more of an affinity for some reason with the saloons than the hatches. I don't know why, but that's just the way that I am. I'm a strange person. Those probably were both GLs when they started off. This though, this is something very different. The GT2 Scirocco, probably quite a late one, maybe late 80s, early 90s perhaps. Then we move on to some more Nissan action. Let's get this right, a B11 Sunny, I think this is. 1984-85 on a B, with the strangest exhaust you've ever seen in your life. You can't actually, I was on the road, you have to take those off before you drive off because they are not legal, I don't think, on the road in this country. E30 BMW 3 Series, a 4-door one this time. It's 318i. Another one of these, it's probably UNOS with that number plate plinth, 1994. And then 200SX or Sylvia, it depends where it's come from. This is a kilometres dash. Okay, that's probably a Sylvia then, rather than the 200SX that was sold as over here. Yep, Sylvia grille. And then these were known as the 200SX over here. Or the 180 actually in Japan. That's the 200SX would be a UK market car, early one, 89-90. And then this generation Prelude, which I absolutely love. I love these Preludes. It's a real shame with these actually that they put into large numbers. They're quite expensive, I think, back in the day. 1990, 1991, and then a nice RX-7. I think this is an FC from memory. These are called. This one is I think 1991 on an H. And we'll go on to something rather different, a Mark 1 Cavalier, late one, 1979 to 80 on a V, which has got a Mazda B engine in it, because of course it has. I mean, I'd be tempted to drop another Vauxhall engine in there, but yeah, the 2000 GL, I think it was a GLS, which is a little bit more expensive than that one, but there we go. This is also one of these, I think AE85 Corollas or something. This one's 11. The 85 and the 86 are a little bit different. The AE85's got a different engine. So yeah, somebody tell me exactly what that is, because I don't know. Then a Volvo 740, early 740, 1984-85 this one. I think this is still the red block engine in here, but that's not the original one it would have come with. I think it's been modified extensively. Early 740s like this with the particular font on the back are pretty rare, but most 740s you see are after about 1986, so that's a delight to see that. Then a Renault 5 with an extremely droopy exhaust pipe and a roll cage and other things. I mean, this will be a lot faster than it was originally. Is that a Renault F-Type engine in there from like a Clear Williams or something? Because you can just drop them in. They do fit quite nicely. What is that, 85, 86 on a D? We're going to have to stay a bit away from that Space Cruiser there, viewers, because I don't want to get any copyright infringements on the channel, because that's not fun. Old Beetle there, probably from the early 60s, and then I think it's a Toyota Grande, 1985, 86. I get confused about those, very confused about stuff like this. We saw these yesterday, and again, this one's a little bit earlier than that one, but I think they're similar. Never sold over here, of course, these cars. They're for the Japanese domestic market only in some other countries. They're all Mark II Grandes, all of them. This one, those badges are Cresta, which confuses the heck out of me. I don't really understand. Somebody in the comment section below tell me why these are called Mark IIs and that one's called a Cresta, because I have absolutely no idea why. Oh, Celica, gosh, it's second generation Celica this one is. I don't think I've ever seen one of these for years and years and years. That is a 1979 to 1980, that one. And this generation of Civic, again, that I forget the model code for, I'm afraid, because I'm ignorant and stupid. Honda Prima was one of the Honda dealership groups. I think Honda Clear was another one in Japan back in the day, 91, 92, so late one of those. And then again, this Mazda 121 with a very strange cover on that. I imagine you have to remove that cover on the light for road use, because if you didn't, no one would be able to see actually where you were going if you were turning left. It's probably a good idea to do that. Another one of these iron mask Skylines. The other one is sort of 85, I think. This is more like a 1981. Well, they look very similar, don't they? Another Nissan Laurel. I think this is the last generation Laurel we got over here. Very square. Nissan really did have some extremely square cars when everyone's going for curves in the sort of late 80s, because that's the way that they always were. Then a first generation Celica. Don't know what year this is, because this is Northern Irish plate on that, but it's the GT 2000 version. I think we only got the GT and ST 2000s over here, but I could be wrong. Then I think it's a Honda Acti K-Truck. I think it is. Memory yesterday. I think the scooter is the one that it goes with it, but I don't know. Ooh, we've got some little friends down there. Right, let's go to the next section. My gosh, I wasn't expecting to see this here. Is this a real DB5? It's a Superleggera and everything. Someone's brought their child along. Yeah. 1964 Aston Martin DB5. Goodness gracious me, viewers. Next to another MX5. If there's anything that Retro Rides Weekender has, it is variety. I mean, two varieties. There's all the cars that you see that are really common, and then there's stuff that you don't really see. Right next to each other. Excellent. There. This one is, UK market MX5. The plate has been moved on this. 97-98 Harvard edition. And then a facelift 740. There's quite a few of these. Facelift 740s are only sold like 1990, 1992, so they're not common. That one is a GL. Why they bothered with the facelifting them rather than just bringing out the 940, I've never understood that. But lots of Volvo's marketing decisions in the 1980s and 90s were very mysterious. Two Volvo 850s here. This one is a late one, 96-97, with a very nice beige leather interior. It's a fast one actually, and then this one is even faster. I think this is the R model actually. It's the most powerful one they made. Yeah, 850R, 95-96. That's T5, which is fine because T5s are brilliant anyway, unless they develop massive oil leaks and you have to scrap the engine. 1976, 1977 Ford Escort Mark II GL, 1.3 GL. The Mark II Escort estates were very similar to the Mark I, just the front end was different. It's a very economical way to produce an estate car. 1976-77 Ford Escort Mark II Mexico. If this is a real Mexico viewers, and it will be worth some considerable money. But I don't know how to spot an original one from a fake one, so what do I know? WZ3 1997-1998 on a P. Can I have a P please, Bob? Then Porsche 928 1983 to 1984. Let's try not to fall over here, viewers, even though the ground is incredibly hazardous and there's lots of track action going on. Another Mark I Golf GTI 1983 to 1984 on an A. Let's not fall in the hole. Oh, almost fell in the hole. Didn't quite though. Which is good. 1967 Triumph Herald 1360 estate, or at least I think it's a 1360 estate. It could just be it's a 1200 or 1250. 1360 look different. Seen that Volvo 940 again. Another 240 here. 1988 to 89 on an F GL. NA MX5 or Unos, and B MX5. Triumph Dolomite, I think that is. Could be a Dolomite Sprint, 1979 to 1980. Let's have a look at this. Or I think someone's put a different engine in it. We'll come round the back and see it says 500HL. I don't think it's got the 1.5 standard SC engine anymore though, I think it's got something else entirely in it. The socket on as well? Yes, it has. It's got a Mazda engine in it. So why not? 1970, 71 Manx Beach Buggy, looking resplendent in this sort of early 70s colour. Very shiny. Yeah, Myers Max, the full name of those are. And then a Honda CRX 1995, 1994, 1995 on an M. Also known as the Civic Del Sol in some parts of the world, but they were known as the CRX over here. That Discovery we're going to have to skip viewers, so that's fine. Speed will shuffle up a bit more. And then Mini Cooper 1991 to 1992. Mark II facelift Volkswagen Polo Coupe with BBS wheels. Those would have come on a G40 originally. Actually got a brake servo in it after the facelift, which is amazing on the right-hand drive cars. The pre-facelift ones do not, which means the brakes are appalling. And another 7 Series. This one I'm sure was here yesterday, but tons of them. Yeah, we've got the car phone, haven't we? Beige leather interior with wood. Excellent. What would I see? 96 and 97. Just get round this section here quickly whilst we're here. Toyota Century, we saw this yesterday. 1999 to 2000. I think a V12 was actually in these. Amazing a number of them actually ended up over here. I didn't think people would import those, but they have. And we've got 1983 to 1984 Rover 3500 SD1. For some reason it's got beam converters on it. Maybe it's been to the continent or something. 1985 to 86 Volkswagen Golf Mark I Cabriolet with the Renault turbo wheels on it. That's a 3500 SE, that's a rare spec. Yeah, it looks a bit newer than it actually is. I think possibly the front end's been changed a bit, but you know, lots and lots of white, very 80s, extra gauges and all sorts of things. Toyota Celica GT4 by TRD. Don't know the year of it exactly. Then 1998 to 1999 BMW E36. 98 actually, you can see there. And then a Volvo, get this right, a Volvo 440, late 440 actually this, with some very nice alloy wheels. It's the 1.8 SI, 1996, 97 if that's correct. Sorry, 95, 96, be about right actually. Finished production about late 96, early 97, and 2 Panama hats, because of course that's what you need. I think we saw this last year, right weekend actually. 996 Porsche 911, W30 MR2 from the year 2000, something we can't talk about on the channel. 2000 Renault Clio, or Renault Sport Clio, with Speedline alloy wheels. Pre-facelift Mark II Clio. Yeah, it's a Renault Sport. 1989 to 90 Vauxhall Nova GTE. Let's see if this is the facelift one. My suspicion is it isn't, because it's not got the famous headlight switch that you can adopt to start the car. So yes, probably 89 more than 90. 1971-72 Mini Clubman with the appropriate estate rear bodywork. Skip those Land Rovers first because we can't talk about those. Thank you, Mayor of London and all your friends around the country. We can't talk about that either actually, that Mercedes C-Class. I hope we can talk about this Volvo 940, 1991 to 92, 940 SE Turbo. This might actually be the 2-litre turbo engine, which is quite rare, and I have driven one actually with an engine. So next we've got the Escort Mark III, 3-door. This is probably just like an L or something like that. Early one. Yeah, it is an L. It's probably 1.3 CVH. On an X, so 1980 to 81. 1998 and 1999 Phase 2 Peugeot 306 GTI 6. Lotus 7 Series 4? I think so. I thought we stopped making those about 1974, but I could be wrong. 1993, 1994 Golf GTI Mark III 16 valve. That's probably got an engine we can't discuss. The other move on then. More MX5 action here. And this one is, I think, 97, 98, very early one. 1977 Ford Escort Mark II 1600 Sport. Yes, this is a real model. They did make these. It actually looks remarkably standard for a Mark II Escort. Normally they've been extensively modified. Porsche 924S, 1986-87. Very, very late. I think actually these finished in 1987, so one of the very last of the 924s. Fiat 126, UK market one of that, 1986-87, like the 924, although a very different sort of car. TVR, this is like a T350 or something. Let me just walk over here and not fall in the hole of you as much as a lot of you want me to fall in there. Yeah, the T350C. This one is not the BIS, it's a Polish number one by FSM. Maybe it's still got the old flat twin in it or something like that, whatever noisy old things are. MB MX5 and a Unos. Both look like they're the same colour, maybe they're slightly different. Someone in the comment section below tell me what the difference between these two in colours is. And then Austin Cambridge, I think this is like an A50 Cambridge. It's from the 1950s, it's one of the oldest cars here. Yeah, it's an A55 actually, but it's the later one, so it'd be about 1957, something like that. 1.5 B series, 964, 911, 1990 1991, Carrera 4, Targa. Then a Corvette, let's get this right, like a C5 Corvette these are called. Could be completely wrong, I'm wrong about many things in life. Then a Mark II Granada 2.8 Gearx Estate 1984. Ooh, 8995. Chops on 07973 243095 to buy. As Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power channel says, this could be yours. It's the automatic. The manuals on these were special order only, and I had driven one. In fact, Mr. Coleman Rush Mechanic owns an 82 example of one of these. It's a Gear X as well. Just like this, it's the carb version rather than the injection version. Chevrolet Camaro Z28 1995-1996. I think you could get the later ones of these over here, but only left-hand drive from memory. Nissan, I think this is a Silvia, rather than a 200SX. This has all been changed, while the rear number plate plinth looks like a Japanese domestic market one, so I think probably it is an imported one. 1990, 1997, E46 BMW Coupe here. There's actually not that many here in comparison to what it would have been at Shedfest. I think it's on American spec details on it actually, that one. Another E39. There was a whole row of E39s in the Owners Club section over there. Don't know what engine is in that, we'll have a look at it in a second. Yeah, it is an M3 I think, that one. Does this check me? Oh no, we can't talk about that. Gosh, getting caught out views. It happens all the time to me, which is why these are such a shambolic mess, these videos. 1984 Ford Ranger, I think. Then a 1991, 1992 Nova 1.2 Lux, and this has got the new dashboard in it. And a 5-speed gearbox. Real luxury. First generation Subaru Impreza, 1995-1996 on an N. Another E36 BMW, because why not? There's not enough here already. Jaguar XKR. And with a beige leather interior. Wood. This is the classic dash in these X100 XKs with nice wood, and that is a 1999 to 2000. Some kind of a Chevy pickup here, the early 70s, 71, 72. Then a Renault 8. Is this a Renault 8 Gordini, perhaps? 1968 to 1969 on a G. So it's even got an engine in it. It's like it's missing. Weird. Maybe it's been put in the front or something. Yes, it has. Strange. And this Corolla we saw Yesterday 79 to 80, and a 68-69 Morris Minor with something lurking in there that's a lot more powerful than the original A series engine. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment below, and we shall see you again very shortly for even more incorrect information.